Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? If you're watching this video, that means you blessed because you're alive another day. Amen. God is good. He is good, though. Isn't he, though? He is real good. You know what I was thinking, though? I was sitting here driving. I had to get some gas. Gas is crazy. We all know gas is crazy right now. But a thought had popped in my head, and I was like, that's so true. And the thought was like, you could really lose friendships, relationships, if you speak your mind or your opinion to somebody that you love. Somebody who say they there through thick and thin with you. But the minute you express your opinion, you know what I'm saying, that situation, that relationship could go all the way left. So I was thinking like, well, am I not able to express my opinion? Am I not able to, you could say how you feel, but I shouldn't say how I feel. And a lot of times I didn't say how I feel because I don't want to be hurting nobody's feelings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I ain't gonna say how I feel, whatever, but you know, like that junk is real. Like when people be like, they don't care, they just say whatever, like that's real. Like I'm older now, a little bit more mature, and first of all, I don't want you making crazy mistakes like I did. Like I was in a crazy relationship for years, marriage, not just relationship, but a marriage, and I wasted a lot of time because I was like, you know, maybe we'll get back together, maybe he'll stop cheating, maybe he'll just see how he loved his family. I'm gonna pray to God, and you know, I'm gonna do this and do that, but you know, sometimes we just gotta look at the situation at hand and be like, look, this is the situation. I don't want to be in that situation, so I got to get up out of this situation. And sometimes we don't see, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just don't see. That's why we supposed to have our good relatives, our good friends, who are supposed to help steer us in the right direction. And a lot of people say it's not what you say, but how you say it. Now, sometimes, you know what, it needs to be said how it's being said. What it is your feelings just don't like it because it's real and it's hitting you. And it's like, oh, you never talked to me like that before, you know. And we don't want to accept it. And then what we'll do is, if you say something to me about myself and I can't take it, instead of saying, okay, yeah, you're right, or well, I didn't see it like that, but thank you, or okay, well, that's how you feel, you know, we get upset. We be like, oh, but you had did this when such and such thing. And you know, I've been in a lot of situations like that, and I'm like, well, why are you just now bringing it up? Like, that happened a year ago, that happened 6 months ago, that happened 2 years. Why you just bring it up now? Well, it wasn't the time for me to. What you mean it wasn't the time? What time is gonna be the right time? It's just like, do you really love me for who I am, or do you love me for who you want me to be, and you feel I need to stay in my place and not say anything, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like, sometimes it's like a catch-22, because if you don't say nothing and then you do say something, it's like, oh, well, you should have been said something, you know, because that's how I feel. I'm like, you should have been said something. Well, it wasn't the time. Okay, well then, well, how about the next day, the next week, 2 weeks after, not 5 years later? Like, you know, one time I went to this little house party that one of my relatives had, and me that's just me. I'm like a disorganized person. I'm like a last minute person too. And I'm realizing that more and more, and I'm really working on that. But like, if you invite me to a party or something like that, especially if it's last minute, most of the time I don't even bring a gift. I just don't bring it on time because I had a lot of children. Like, I have 6 children, so a lot of times I gotta pack up all my kids. This when they was younger too. I gotta pack up all the kids, get everything ready. Or you have something on a Sunday. I go to church every Sunday, so now I gotta leave church. So I had a lot going on. It's no excuse, but I'm just not that organized person. I wasn't that organized person at the time to where I'm like, okay, you know what? Saturday is Susie's birthday, so let me make sure I go to the store, get the gift or whatever. And then that's also a thing. I barely have time. You know what I'm saying? We work Monday through Friday, Monday. So for me, mine is I work on the weekdays and every other weekend, every other holiday. So I barely have time. I have children, and you know what I'm saying? Got to take care of this and do that. So I'm not that type of person. I wasn't that type of person that was organized, but I'm working on it because let me tell you what this person said. So I go to their house. I'm at the little shindig, at the little party, whatever. And it was a nice little, house party, whatever. And I don't know what happened. I really can't remember what happened, but like months later, it was like, well, Naya, you showed up to the party and you didn't even bring a gift. And I'm like, the party? I'm like, first of all, how long ago was that? And if you felt that before, why you saying that now? I'm like, well, dang, who else feel like that? Who else feel like I just come and I don't bring a gift? Because a lot of times I don't, but I'll give it to you later. That just was me. So I said, you know what? I was like, well, you should have said that, before. You're right. I'm gonna work on that because I seen it. I knew that I didn't do it, but I didn't know that it was a problem to where people recognized it. You know what I'm saying? Or people felt some type of way. But when they said it, I was like, okay, right. You know what I'm saying? And I took that. I ate it, and I'm like, okay, I could correct that. I'm gonna work on that. And I could say I have gotten better. I have gotten better. I'm still not organized. I'm working on that. I'm one of them type of people. I write something in a notebook, don't know where the notebook is. I wrote it in because I got 18,000 notebooks somewhere. So I'm even trying to work on that. You know what I'm saying? It's all about working on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And when people point that out, why do we gotta be offended? You know what I'm saying? And then we'll say, well, I ain't offended. I don't feel I'm just saying you said it like that. Okay, but we all are different people. And sometimes we see things differently than other people. And sometimes that's why we're supposed to have these good family and friends that point these things out to us. So we can be like better people. You know what I'm saying? A better person, a better mother, a better father, sister, brother, niece, nephew, aunt, uncle, wife, husband, cousins, friends, So let's not just, when somebody says something to us about us, don't get the feelings involved. Because first of all, we can't even trust our feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you shouldn't trust your feelings because feelings can sometimes be forced. It can be false, or it's feeling. That's just how I feel. I feel hurt. Okay, so what? I also was hurt when I fell down the stairs, but guess what? I had to get back up. What am I supposed to do? Look at the stairs and be like, you hurt me, stairs. I don't like what you did to me, stairs. No. I'm going to look next time, be better at walking or whatever it is, how I missed the step. And I'm going to work on that, not missing that step, so I don't fall down the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Next time, I can't look at the stairs and be mad at the stairs. And then if I fall again down the stairs, it'd be like, and the stairs, what I'm supposed to say? Oh, stairs, why you then? You know what I'm saying? You should have said that last time, No. Stairs looking at me like, you need to watch your step. Because I thought you had a warning last time. So when somebody tell us something, take heed, take warning. Don't get upset. don't get mad and angry, you know. But don't do this. If somebody telling you something about yourself, don't get mad and angry at them because they telling you about yourself. Now you want to tell them about yourself. You should have told them about yourself long ago, when you felt it, you know. And then, you know, somebody might say, well, I don't think it was the proper time. Okay, and maybe at that time it wasn't the proper time, but when's the proper time? 2-3 years later, when they telling you something about yourself, now you don't want to hear it. Now you feel like, well, I felt like, you know, you could be a little, you know. Nobody's a cook. We not cookie cutter people. We all come in different shapes, sizes, colors, and even personalities. Different personalities. Some people are quiet, some people are blunt, you know, and, you know, some people could be a little rude, you know. And when they're a little rude, you tell them, hey, I think you're being a little rude. You know, you could work on that. A lot of people are like, well, that's just who I am. I can't change. You can change. You can change. Because if you found out that you only had 1 week to live because that's the way you were acting, and they said, but if you change the way you act, you could live another 50 years, you could change the way you act. So you can change. It's just you don't want to change. You're not used to change. You don't like change. But, you know, we all should change and we all should strive to be better. And when somebody tell us something about ourselves, don't get offended. Don't get all heartbroken and mad and angry and be like, oh, they shouldn't have said this and that. We can't tell nobody what they should say and what they shouldn't say and how they should feel and how they shouldn't feel. That's not for us to do, you know. So just work on yourself. I know I'm working on myself. Maybe this video is for me. Maybe I need to stop it and press the rewind button and look at it myself. But till we meet again, see you later. Have a blessed day.